Hello everyone and welcome, my name is Andrew Can and together we can game. In the last episode of Can Play Bioshock, we made our way to Peach Wilkins, who told us to get a camera, and that's what we are going to be doing in this episode. Now, before we move forward, I wanted to go under here because I noticed some of the stuff that fell under, and it's always worth looking at the multiple different levels in Bioshock. As I said, look up and also look down. That's one of the things I really like about this game, is it really can make a world feel more alive when there are different levels. So, Fontaine must go.
Something must be done about Fontaine. While I was buying buildings and fish futures, he was cornering the market on genotypes and nucleotide sequences. Rapture is transforming before my eyes. The great chain is pulling away from me. Perhaps it's time to give it a tug.
So you can see Andrew Ryan realizing while he was busy... Ooh, thank you, Mysterious Eve Hypo. While he was busy, kind of topside and buying and building, Fontaine was cornering a market he didn't realize.
I got my eye on all of them. I'll do what you say.
So, you'll do what I say, huh?
You shall know.
Well, I was able to take you out. We also got that new grenade launcher, which will be utilized now that I hear the Big Daddy rumble. Oh god. Do you have a little sister with you, or are you just a solo Big Daddy? Oh no, you have a little sister. Oh. I believe you're the only one left. Yes. So I actually might deal with him a little later, and you'll see why. So let's continue moving forward. I promise there's a reason. Ooh. Health station. Just in case I need it. Again, knowing how you play a game personally can help you survive longer in said game. So anytime I see something I know kind of based on how I do it or how I play, I try to go for it. And even if I don't use the health stations, for me, just getting the opportunity to use them is worth it. Though I understand some people may not think it's worth the same amount of time put into it. So, okay, let's continue moving forward. Ooh, more buck. Don't have pistol rounds, proximity mines. Those are actually super useful. So, jet postal, fighting McDonald's. Wait, what? What? Okay. I guess this is here to show us how the Big Daddy how the Big Daddy would handle. Alright, well. I haven't attacked the Big Daddy. And you know what? I am glad we got that health station. Even I said I may not use it, but you know what? Took some unexpected damage. Only 10. I will use it. So, with the Big Daddy there, this gives us a really good chance to kind of show. And also the proximity mine alternate ammo type. But let's make sure all of our... If I'm going to go into this fight, I want to make sure that when I switch between these two, and even this one, right, I want to make sure I'm using the most effective of each ammo type and have it ready. That's something I would recommend doing before any fight. There's an Eve hypo here. So this is a proximity mine. If that Big Daddy gets too close to it. Ooh, first aid kit too. I got some money back, so I'll gladly. If he gets a little too close for comfort. Mr. B, she's ready for dream time. Well, I'm ready for your demise, so. Okay, so with that, we now know. Right in the face. Oh god. Again, wasn't too terrible. And I definitely made my money back. Ah, man. Mr. Bubbles, all you ever talk about is him. Why don't you talk about your salvation?
No! Thank you, mister.
You're welcome. Now get out of here before I change my mind. Now let's learn about Tannenbaum's first sea slug.
I saw one of the smugglers having a game of catching on the docks today. And this surprised me because his hands were crippled during the war. He was unloading the barge the other day when he was bitten from the sea slug. He woke up the next morning and he found he could move his fingers for the first time in years. I asked him if he still had that sea slug. As luck would have it, he did.
So, by complete accident, a crippled dock worker found a slug, picked it up, it bit him, and then he could move his hands again. So Tannenbaum asked, can I see it? And luckily he had it still. So interesting, right? I love that little world building, right? So Gatherer's Garden. With this is going to be really easy for me. I'm going to go ahead and get the plasmid slot. And then I'm not going to put incinerate. Well, you know what? Ages 12 and up. Since I know Big Daddies can roam around. We've already seen this.
For Big Daddy's help. Make him think you're a little sister. Watch as he fights to protect you.
And I'm actually going to get the Machine Buster in today's automated world. So wrench jockey stack. Ooh, I'm gonna have to store in the gene bank. Maybe I should have gotten the others, but I know when we get those others. And for me, it is worth doing, and hopefully you'll all see. Now I do want to reload my Electro Buck. It is probably my most... Oh, nope. I just said I want to reload it, and then I did that. It is probably my most used out of that, just because I really like how effective it is against Big Daddies. And I've been pretty proud of how I've been handling all the Big Daddy fights. I haven't had one where I went, oh man, maybe that last one, but even then, that was more so I was expecting something to work that just I didn't notice was out, so. Alright, new diary.
Darling Masha, we don't know what has happened to you. Ryan's men have taken you away and said you are needed to save Rapture. Who needs a child to save a city? But I see these little girls crawling out of these vents, and I only wonder if you might one day crawl out of this vent and find these notes. We look for you, but if you find these, come to us at the Fighting McDonald's in room number 7. The code to our room is 7533. We miss you, my darling child.
So you can see kind of just hearing about a poor mother, or at least I'm assuming it's a mother based on, you know, context, but geez. New diary.
Now the eggs are in the scramble. We picked up Timmy Yates right after midnight. Either Ryan will be taking down Fontaine, or Fontaine will be taking down Ryan. We'll be interviewing poor Timmy neath Fontaine Fisheries. If you're up for entertainment, the code's 5380.
So for some reason, it kept on that other code a little longer than I expected. Electro Buck up there going for, and you can see just the different levels. And that actually goes into what I mentioned last episode, how you can find the code to Timothy there just by doing some exploration. But yeah, we have two different codes. It was really kind of sad to see that mom's reaction, you know? It's hard.
You think you can trick me?
Yes. Now, I probably shouldn't have gone in wrenches a-going, but I decided to make that call. And we did get some good money from the Big Daddy. Now, here is a new kind of way to show you. We can now actually shut down any bots we come into interaction with. So, warning, high security measures enforced beyond this point. Central station monitoring and videotaping 24 hours a day. Now, the most effective way, I believe, Because that one you can't get, so I always would say take it out from a distance if you can.
This Fontaine fellow is somebody to watch. Once he was just a menace, to be convicted and hung. But he always manages to be where the evidence isn't. He's the most dangerous type of hoodlum. The kind with vision.
Get a little bit of the psyche of Ryan. He's the most dangerous type of hoodlum type with vision. Give you a little working into Andrew Ryan's mindset there. And luckily, I didn't get too distracted. I was able to actually get myself out of a sticky situation. So, pretty happy about that. Was able to listen to an audio tape and do a successful hack. So, more buck. I think that's a little too high priced. The frags are actually pretty fair, but I'm going to focus on first aid first and foremost. The frags are very useful for Big Daddy fights, but despite seeing the one down there, maybe he teleported up, I seem to be fine here. Now, I don't remember kind of what's around every corner. So, I can still hack this. I was going to say I wasn't sure if there's like a turret, because sometimes there can be. So it's finding things that make sense to what your mission is. Actually, that worked out beautifully, and I think all I need now is this, and you're in my favor. So similarly to what we know, if an enemy for whatever reason is spotted here, and I'm glad I didn't buy those frag grenades, it's why it pays to explore. Buck, well, I don't have that money left to go for. But yeah, that's why I didn't want to buy the frag grenades. I know you can find them within the levels, so save some cash there. And again, we keep getting the high security. But here's the Wharfmaster's office.
The research camera looks just like one you'd see topside. According to this magazine article I scrounged up, it can also analyze genetic information, parse biological structures, and lots of other $5 words.
You can kind of see that Atlas is like lots of other $5 words. Not a fan of larger language use there. Another thing to note is that there is the spot shutdown panel. Now, because we've been seeing a lot of turrets and such. Now, this is an easy hack. I hope. Of course, anytime you say something like that can set you up for failure. So you want to do your best to not mess up. Great advice, Andrew, but you know what I'm trying to say. I just want to make sure that we have as little issues as possible. I'm not going for a deathless run, but if I can avoid it, that'd be great. So I can hacks. And while I'm hacking this one, there are a lot more alarm-based systems here, which is, I mean, it makes sense, right? We have all these signs for heavily security. We are hearing more of Andrew Ryan's kind of paranoia, especially as Fontaine seems to be getting more and more powerful. All the while, we're learning a little bit more about Tenenbaum and kind of how she started doing things. And the world building here is pretty cool. And as I hack another one in my favor, I just want to get your opinions on all this. I know a lot of people wonder why I ask, but it's always because I've played games by myself. So having this platform that lets me ask these questions, I've kind of always wondered, you know, how would other people deal with these situations? I'm going to use that to my best ability, and hopefully you guys understand. So with that, we now have 2 turrets, and you can see that the enemy triggered this, meaning that these are still on our side. So that means that a splicer, most likely, there's 2 of them. And that should cause that to stop. Can't go this way. So we can get the pistol, we can get this, get a little bit of our money back, and I really do mean, oh god. Coffee? Eve Hypo, that made that all worth it in my opinion. Okay, so we know that down here is one that shoots rockets. And if I really wanted to, I can get a proximity. So now, and I want to hack this. Again, this has just been me hacking a lot of different turrets, but again, I rather have all of these for my favor, as we saw with the splicers that can kind of come from behind us. So anything I can do to make sure that we are going to be okay, I'm going to take that option. Now, I'm not sure if there's enough straight pieces. We may... Oh, before I say that... Oh, there are. So the last one's going to be really slow, but the rest were good. Enemy triggered. Oh god. Don't be on the side of this one. Pretty sure that one destroyed it. And if not... Okay. I gotta avoid the ones that explode. Ooh. Corpse. Got some money. Got some buck. Can't take the buck. Another thing you can do is you can destroy the health stations and get a first aid kit. I don't know if I've actually talked about that. So if you don't want to deal with them, you just want to get rid of them, that's an option. Hey, we have running water still. And here you can see kind of where the machinery still works. All that cool stuff. First aid kit. Multiple. We can see more machine gun rounds. Always nice. Not needed, but nice to see kind of that world building. Pistol round, machine gun. We see a Vita chamber. Anytime they give us a gene bank, you know something's up. Let's search all this filing. Maybe I should switch to the shotgun normal type, since it's giving me so many. Anytime it gives you an ammo type, try to keep in mind, why would it be doing this? Okay, so interrogation room. Session progress when light is on.
Jesus loves me, this I know, for the Bible tells me so. Little ones to him.
I like how you can see Sullivan. Splicers, you can see his like bullet point map. Let's pick this up. Take pictures of enemies with the camera to research them. Each type of enemy has a unique set of research bonuses. Try taking a picture of the splicer on the other side of the window, keeping the subject centered and nearby.
Good. You got the camera. Now get me some snaps on those spider splicers. And don't come back down here till you've got...
Achievement unlocked. Research a splicer. And that's basically Peach telling us to do more research. So we got a B. So because we've done some research, Spider Splicer research bonus. Increased damage. Spider Splices are vulnerable to anti-personnel rounds, letting us know the different types. And the more we take, the more research we'll get. Obviously, the better the photo, the more bonus we'll get for it. And it's kind of subjective, though, from here, the closer to the center you can get him, usually the better. I like how there's all this evidence. You can see more camera rolls. You can see a lot. And if those eagle eyes, you can see the director commentary there. Sullivan. No, maybe. No, okay. I do just love this bullet point map. I think it's so cool. Cole, Ulrich, Trammell. We can just see people. So this is Sullivan. So it's probably a good idea to have out our camera. So this one might be a really good one or a really bad one. So progress is a B. So we learned that are vulnerable to anti-personnel rounds. Again, the closer you can get to him, probably the better. Only a C. He's in action here. Bonus action shot, subject already photographed. Penalty. Buck and coffee. Alright. I don't necessarily do. I just want to take photos of you. Big difference. But with the camera, that's going to be it for this episode. Let me know, what are your thoughts on just seeing Rapture as it is? What are your thoughts on the Sea Slugs? Thoughts on Andrew Ryan? And, of course, Fontaine's battle? I'm curious what you have to say. That's going to be it. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.